This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Daily Catch-Up podcast.
It's a big one too, Nat.
What's on it?
No, I wasn't talking about the podcast.
Got it! Yes! Andy Lee's on it.
Yes, because he's got a brand new TV show based on his very successful kids' books. The show's called Do Not Watch His Show.
Yep. Also, what did you lose in the breakup?
Heartbreak.
Tragic tales. One girl lost her dad.
Yeah.
Wait till you hear the story. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What else did we talk about, Ross? Something else? Thinking about it?
Oh, the what's happening in the US? Someone's got banned from Australia. Very well known
yes.
artist because of
Deserved
assault.
it, though. Deserved it.
This is Nathan, Nat and Sean on Nova 937.
Ross, can't hear a thing. Can you turn the music up louder, Ross?
What's going on?
Ross, a bit louder.
Hey, this is your first day.
Oh man, wrong button. The studio wasn't technically on, so that'll do it.
We're just yelling into the void.
But I fixed it pretty
You
quickly.
missed some magic. Morning, everybody.
Good morning, everybody.
Birthday.
Yeah, let's hope it gets better after.
Luckily, there wasn't any really loud thunder overnight.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
God.
The lightning got me. It would wake me. I just saw the flash. Eyes are closed and you just see that flash.
Yeah.
And then just waiting you to.
Ross had a lot of dreams about speed cameras last night.
Yeah. They're everywhere.
How to get
they
you?
are everywhere.
How to get you? Paparazzi. Yeah, no loud. Even my deaf dog heard it last night.
Really?
Yeah, woke him up as well. And he's not a big fan of the thunder, so he's like, oh, no, thank you.
Does he up in
Yeah.
bed with you?
He doesn't because he's 12 and it's, you know, he's not really a bed dog. He's never been a bed dog.
Yep.
So, yeah, he just was agitated and then went back to sleep, as did we all.
Does your dog jump in bed, Ross?
Yeah.
or
I got Cavoodle Sammy. He's on the foot of the bed. Storm, no storm. He's there.
But is he bothered by the thunder?
Nah.
Oh, that's nice.
Has he ever made a move?
Nah, not in a couple of weeks anyway.
I'm winking.
A couple of weeks.
Which is
Did
good for
everybody
radio.
hear that wink at
Yeah,
home?
everyone's great
Yeah,
for
yeah,
radio.
It was there. It was definitely there.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Ross, what did you do yesterday?
I went to the dentist yesterday, and just for the record,
No one cares, Ross.
I don't think this story is interesting, but I was telling the dentist thing.
Well, both Sean and I went, what time? And you went,
10 o'clock.
no, the
it's 11
answer's,
o'clock.
the answer's
2:30.
2:30.
Yeah. And actually, I was speaking to dentists about dentist-related jokes, and they couldn't come up with many, but they did say they love watching Horrible Bosses.
Horrible Bosses, yeah.
Because Jennifer Aniston's a really good dentist.
Unbelievable.
She's not a
I
good,
can't believe.
Not a good dentist. She's a naughty dentist.
I haven't seen it, apparently, and
I
they
haven't
did.
seen it.
They did
what?
mention. No, I don't.
It's a great movie.
Ross, you won't believe the stuff that comes out of her mouth.
Yeah.
You'll
Yeah.
love it.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll love it.
Is it because you live a life of horrible bosses you don't need to watch it on screen?
Yeah, got it in real life right here. No, we love our bosses here. So I went to the dentist, and firstly, I rushed from work, and usually before a dentist, do you guys clean your teeth?
That's the
have to.
only time you floss.
You furiously
you do your best.
clean your teeth because you want to be like on your best,
Yeah.
right? But I didn't have time to go home, so I hadn't brushed my teeth. So I was feeling little bit self-conscious. I had a mint in the car.
Yeah.
But then I'd booked in last minute, so it was just with someone I didn't know. But I got there, and a delightful lady who I'm friends with had switched around so she would be my dentist.
She's like, I want to clean my friend's teeth.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing to
Well, she's
think, isn't it?
she's my usual one. So we probably became friends after she was.
Oh, she was your dental hygienist
Yeah.
first,
So-
and then you became friends.
Yeah, kind of. So I was super self-conscious. I was like, do you mind if I have some mouthwash before we get this happening? So I did the mouthwash, but then you're in these chairs. So it was a clean, right?
Yeah.
I'm in the chair for about an hour and 10
How
minutes.
dirty were your teeth?
Well, I think that's just, it must have been dirty because she was really getting into it. And they're in your mouth the whole time. And it's so uncomfortable when they're putting
Spitting everywhere.
And there's spit going on your chin and it's like spraying up. And you're like, I hope I'm not like spraying her in the face.
Battery.
You know the assistant that puts the thing down your throat to suck
Yes.
up all the excess?
Yeah.
Sometimes they doze off.
Yeah.
Because you got that TV thing
Yeah.
happening to keep everybody.
Yeah. Well, at one stage, it had filled up with water, and I had to stop her because she hadn't been sucking it.
Yeah, well, that's it.
And you're like, can you please suck me? And she's like, I beg your pardon.
And then you said, I nearly drowned you, didn't I? I was like, well, yeah, you did. Anyway, and so the whole hour, I had stress chemicals going through my body, and you're squeezing your hand because it's so uncomfortable. And it was just like a form of torture.
I agree.
But your teeth have never looked better. Look at them.
They look okay.
Can I also ask, is there any kids that come out of school/high school, university that go, I want to be a dentist?
Well, if they see the
Well, they-
cars they're
yeah.
driving,
Yeah,
they would.
no, I agree.
Yeah, they're as you guys are saying, you don't see many
They all live in the GT, mate.
Unwell off dentist. Didn't you guys say it was all a scam?
Didn't you guys say?
Someone said. Go on, Sean. Back your theory.
Yeah, okay.
They tell you to come back when you don't need to. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. I just go once a year now. I didn't go for 9 years, and I went into... My dentist retired, and I didn't find another one and then I thought I better go. It was one of those things. I better do it. And I went to see Dr. Jake, and he's the best, by the way.
Super good looking, by the way.
Very lovely eyes, Dr. Jake. And he
power lifter.
He did he gave me a check over, and I said, well, because when I said I haven't been to the dentist for 9 years, he looked slightly horrified. Oh, yeah. And then he looked at my teeth, and I said, was there anything wrong with you? He goes, no, they're absolutely fine. I said, do I need to come every 6 months like you guys always tell everybody? Yeah. He goes, nah. So
why did you go back next week and the week after?
I kept punching myself in the mouth so I could go and see him. Anyway. Hi, Dr. Jake, if you're listening.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Stay out. Feel the fever this Suncorp Super Netball season and join the Green Army. Get your West Coast Fever tickets at Ticketek now.
Second last match before the finals. Everybody,
settle down, everyone.
West Coast Fever taking on the Giants this Sunday at RAC Arena. Now, there will be a courtside box. This includes pre-game hospitality and courtside drinks, and will be hosted by Amy Harrington-Carter, our producer, and her family will be there.
It's the royal box, Nat.
It's the royal
box. So her
box.
kids are allowed to be there. No one else's kids
That's
are.
right, because they are the Prince and Princess of Nova.
Got to wear a jacket, no hats.
Jacket and tie.
Yeah, tie, bow ties.
You got to wear green is what you got to wear.
Amy, any chance at halftime during the game you do a streak?
For how much? What's the price?
For enough courtside drinks, I would think. We have two contenders. One is Kirsten from Kingsley. Good morning, Kirsten.
Good morning. How are we all?
Fantastic, Kirsten. What would it take for you to do a streak at the West Coast Fever game?
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, Lavina.
Everyone's got a price, Kirsten.
Abiding citizen. You don't want to miss the second half because you're going to get thrown out. Kirsten wants to see the whole game, Sean. Kirsten, you're up against Gay from Craigie, though she has been known to get her gear off. Morning, Gay.
Good morning.
Gay, have you got a price? How much would it cost?
A lot.
A lot.
All right, girls.
So she can be bought.
We have our giant box in the studio. It's a dice. Each number has a question on it. Same number comes up. It is the same question. First to 4 is getting in the box.
Now, when we ask the question, you will buzz in with your name. That's very important. Just don't blurt out the answer. We need to hear your name. So let's test those buzzers now. Kirsten.
Kirsten.
Gay.
Gay.
They're working.
Righto. First cab off the rank is a 6.
We've rolled up a 6, Sean.
Here is the question. What is the capital city of Australia?
Kirsten.
Kirsten.
Canberra.
Kirsten's on the board,
Yes.
everybody. All right, we have rolled up number 1. And the question is, what colour are Smurfs?
Kirsten.
Kirsten?
Blue.
Yes, they are. You were close, Gay, but not quite. Okay, we've rolled up a 2, Sean.
Here it is. What is the name of Apple's voice assistant?
Kirsten. Gay.
Kirsten?
Siri.
Yes, Kirsten's on the brink of victory.
Gay, only half a second
so
off.
close, Gay. Okay, question number 5. Which wizarding sport is played on broomsticks?
Kirsten.
Gay?
Oh.
Is that it? Is that it? No.
I don't think that's the answer. Okay, last chair.
Time's up. The answer was Quidditch. All right, we've rolled up a 3, Sean,
How many games in a row have the West Coast Fever won?
this season. Gay?
10.
Yes, Gay's on the
Gay's
board.
in.
Look at it go, mate. Can't hold
All
it back.
right, we have rolled up a 2. What is the name of Gay?
Hey.
Siri.
Yes. Are we witnessing another comeback like we had yesterday?
3-2 to
We have
Kirsten.
rolled up a 1.
What colour are...
Gay? Gay?
Blue.
Blue?
Oh,
Gay's tied it up.
Next
Tied it up.
one. Next one wins.
Okay, and we've rolled up a 5.
Gay.
Gay?
Gay.
Quidditch.
Oh, my God. Just cover the clouds.
You came from nowhere, Gay. Absolutely nowhere. Gay.
Wow.
Poor Kirsten.
anything like it, Ross?
Kirsten doesn't know what happened.
Yeah, yesterday.
Gay, you've won 2 box tickets to watch West Coast Fever take on the Giants this Sunday. In my box, I'm not going to be there. Our producer Amy is going to be your glamorous
Royal
host.
box.
Gay, well done.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
We didn't think you had it in you, Gay, I'll be honest.
That's an amazing
I was
story.
very nervous.
You pulled it from
Like
nowhere.
far lap that was. Couldn't win a race, and all of a sudden, Melbourne Cup's
Just
left, right, and
out
centre.
of nowhere. Yeah, we're going to have to swab her afterwards, obviously.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
There was a chick on Facebook over in Sydney that just put up a bit of a story that she
Yes.
was kind of wanting a lot of people out there to see because she's feeling really bad about life at the moment. She got a divorce recently, and her husband has left with all her friends. Not only has he left the household, she said it was amicable split.
Yes.
In that way.
Yes,
They
it
both
wasn't like
agreed
one
things
cheated
weren't
on
going
the
on
other
well.
or anything.
No.
Just they decided that they were better apart.
It's not working.
But in the
And-
breakup, she lost all her friends because they were all attached to his friends. Is that the way it works?
Yeah.
They
and
chose him?
They chose him. Yeah.
That's
it
rough.
started off with a lot of
sounds more
guys
fun.
were his guy mates, and
Yes.
then their wives, then they become a big posse. But then once they were divorced, then the women started to shun her as much as the whole group themselves. So she's left with no one.
Do you have to choose in that situation, or is it only if something bad happens that you have to choose? Or is it, because I guess you could only ask one of them to insert event and then you kind of have to pick, or...
Yeah, it's
Is
tricky.
there an unwritten rule? It's not unwritten rule, yeah.
That if
Is
it,
there
like-
a vibe that's put out there that, like, Natalie shouldn't be talking to old mate?
Why are you talking to old mate?
That's what I just said. She shouldn't be
Sean,
talking to old
shouldn't
mate.
be.
You know
Old
what I mean?
mate and I've got a relationship and we decided to
supersedes the
forge on-
relationship.
Yeah, I mean, timing, it comes down to the timing of it. I think most people subconsciously, if I'm friends with you because you know my ex-partner, then you're just going to drift apart if you're no longer with that partner. So...
But if that's your friendship group,
Yeah.
then they're gone.
I know.
See,
And it is
that's
tricky
rough.
when it's, say you were childhood sweethearts, you all went to school together. So you all know one another equally and then you split. People are literally choosing a side
They are.
about who they like more, who they think was wronged more in the relationship.
Yeah, most definitely.
Oh, it's tricky though, isn't it?
And that group would usually pick the same person, right? So they all pick one of the couple because they're all hanging out, so we'll pick
Yeah.
this person.
Yeah, that's
So that
right.
one person gets left out, gets really left out.
Yeah. Oh, you can always get one. It's like there's always a Collingwood supporter, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean, this
don't
is
worry about them.
the literal plot of 4 Seasons, which is a Netflix show with Steve Carell and Tina Fey. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. I'm thinking, why does this sound familiar? Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's right. It's the plot of 4 Seasons.
And they picked Steve Carell, didn't they? Because they went on holiday with him.
Yeah, they did. Although, yes.
I didn't get to the end.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
She makes a comeback.
Okay.
But yes, it's tricky.
Just ruin it for you, Ross.
Don't need to watch it now.
Oh, that's
Now you
not,
can't get
that's
on the
not
spin bike and
critical
watch the
part.
rest of it.
Does he stay with the young girl?
I'm not telling you.
Because Sean, he picks up a young girl after he divorces the wife, and all of a sudden a young girl comes out of nowhere. And he just met her when they broke up.
Isn't that good? How old is she?
20-something.
A good 20-ish years younger than him.
Fantastic.
Bring it on. Bring it on. Is it? Look, 13, 24, 10, we want to know, when you split with your partner, who got the friends? Or was there something else that meant even more to you in the relationship?
And you lost it.
Yeah,
Like,
because that would be devastating.
Yeah, the dog, the
yeah,
couch.
my dog Sophie, who I never saw again. What?
Do you have a dog, Sophie?
Did you have a dog called Sophie?
Yeah. Lost that one in the breakup. This years ago, this pre-Bella, honey. Yeah, so that was it. Last time you see your pet.
Oh,
That bitch.
Hey, that's pretty-
I'm talking
yeah.
about Sophie.
Yeah, of course.
Female dog, see, got
Oh,
it.
you lost
Yeah.
your bitch, Ross.
Yeah.
Yeah, scientifically, yes, I did.
Jay's in Ellenbrook. Morning, Jay.
I think so.
Morning, guys. How are you all?
Jay,
Good,
wonderful.
buddy. Okay, so you split up with an ex. What happened? What did you not get in the breakup?
Yeah, so I split up at the start of this year after 16 years. I didn't get any of the friends.
Oh,
I didn't get any of the furniture or the cheap rental, but I got the 3 toy poodles.
well, some would say you won.
Why didn't you
Three
get the
toy poodles.
Why didn't you get the friends, Jay? Sorry to hear as well, buddy.
I lost my group of friends when I met her because she didn't like them.
Yes.
And it was her group of friends that I didn't really like, and she just decided decided to break it off and done.
And then you're done.
Yeah, and then you're like, hey, guys, remember me from 16 years ago when I stopped being friends with you because my girlfriend told me not to? And they're like, no, who's this?
Yeah, she's gone.
Correct.
Yeah.
Brutal. I mean, I think that's sus immediately. If a girl, it's a red flag for you, Jay. I know you lasted 16 years, which for many is a successful relationship. But if they say you've got to get rid of your friends,
or wean
red
you
flag.
out of them.
Red flag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You poodles would never do that to you.
Yeah, that's right. The poodles are very faithful, though, aren't they, Jay?
3 of them. That's a lot.
Three of them. They're a little bit of a handful, but they are beautiful dogs. I will admit.
Yep.
You'll know, Jay. He's a guy walking around Ellenbrook with 3 toy poodles. Love your work, Jay. Thanks, mate. Alex is in Wembley. Hello.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good, Alex.
Alex, did you lose something in the breakup?
Well, I almost lost my dad.
Oh. Hang on. Wait, what?
Yeah, so I had this boyfriend back in high school, and he and my dad just clicked instantly. They became best friends.
Yeah.
No.
They went to watch, football games together. They even went on weekend fishing trips away. They were best friends.
Yeah.
And when we broke up amicably, so I was okay with him staying friends with my dad because my dad just loved him. He was like the son he never had. But when I got a new boyfriend a couple of years later, that's when I realised it was an issue because it's not really fair to the new boyfriend.
No, not at all.
So I had to say to Dad, Dad, you've really got to stop being friends with this guy.
Yeah.
He had to break up with him.
Yeah, he had to break up with him, and he was really so reluctant. He was arguing with me, why he shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
He said, I've known this guy for 5 years now. He's part of the family.
We've been together 5 years.
Yeah, exactly. So my dad and I didn't talk for a couple of months because of that.
Oh,
yeah,
my God.
Alex.
Your dad chose your ex over you, is what happened.
Yeah, temporarily, yes.
But all is resolved now?
So where are we at now? Is he still friends with the ex?
No, he had to stop being friends with him because I put my foot down. But,
that's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And has he accepted the new boyfriend the same way?
Yes. Well, yes, so now it's my husband. So yes,
Okay.
he has accepted him, but I feel like maybe he never let the walls down quite as much as he did.
He doesn't want to be hurt again.
Really? That's right. What if Alex breaks up with this guy? Where will he be stuck in?
I can't invest so much love in this man.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Big news.
There's a lot going on in the US at the moment.
The P. Diddy trial.
Yeah, also Kanye.
Kanye.
Let's start with Kanye because he is now officially banned from Australia.
I think fair enough.
Yeah, well, let's go to the details. After the recent release of an anti-Semitic song, he's married to that lady, Bianca
Sensori.
Yeah, that's it. So he had a tourist visa.
I feel like I know her well. Doesn't everybody?
Oh, yeah. After that, what she did not wear at the thing,
That's all the time.
He comes here to visit family, but officials have cancelled his visa
thank you.
after he released a song called Hail Hitler. Which, fair enough. It has been banned, the song, funnily enough, on YouTube, Spotify. Germany, of course, have banned it. They got laws against this.
You reckon?
And the track received negative reviews from critics.
Oh, well, that hurts.
Including an outrage and condemnation due to its anti-Semitism.
What was the score on Rotten Tomato?
And praise of Adolf Hitler. So,
of course.
He's not
fair
coming.
enough. And I think whoever's job it is to hand those bans out said we have enough problems with anti-Semitism and general negativity in this country without importing it. And
Yeah,
it's right.
for sure. I totally agree. Agree.
So that'll do it. But that's not the only thing happening in the US.
Well, P. Diddy, of course, that trial, the verdict came back.
Yep. He was done on 2 counts, and transportation and prostitution were the 2 things, and one was mixed into the other. So one was prostitution, one was transportation with prostitution.
But he wasn't done for sex trafficking, so it's a lesser. The conviction is a lesser thing than he was being accused of, essentially.
Yeah, 100%. But from day one now, when we saw this, and a lot of the people were really, really angry and hoping this guy would go down, and most of it was to do with the domestic violence, which we all saw.
Yes,
that vision,
that's right.
And of course, we would want to see him thrown to the wolves for that, for sure. But they put out racketeering and this is a mobster thing.
It was like they were.
It's a real
throwing a lot of stuff at him, hoping that something would stick,
And
or that he would plea down and they would get him on something as a lesser charge. But yeah, I know it seems like he's been smacked on the wrist.
Had he got the big one, which he didn't, he would have got a 15-year mandatory sentence.
Yeah.
But, smacked on the wrist, I just don't know. I mean, I don't know the laws over there, but what would stick that was better? Like, racketeering was so much of a... Like, a couple of those things were so far... that I couldn't see them ever working.
No.
I mean, how many... Could you do him for, how much lube he's got in store?
It turns out it's not a crime, Sean.
Oh, good
It's
news.
not a crime to
Good news, Ross. Write that down.
I mean,
You can have over 1,000.
abnormal bottles of baby oil. It's not a crime.
Do you have baby oil at home?
I do not have baby oil. You know
Ross?
why?
I do not. And I have a baby.
I don't have a baby.
So he's been denied bail as well. He's still in custody and he awaits sentencing hearing in the coming months.
So
If he was able to, I don't know, cop fines or do some short time, does he have a future in the music game or entertainment game going
they're
forward?
pretty forgiving.
They are, aren't they?
They perhaps shouldn't be, but they are.
Yeah.
He'll still have a fan base. But, I mean, he hasn't really put anything out worth listening to for some time.
No. Didn't do his work at all.
Yeah. Did he?
Did.
Sorry, that was a
like
poor
your
joke.
Jamaica joke earlier. Jamaica? Wow. It was.
Are you attacking me?
Yeah.
It's...
All right. HR, straight to HR. Amanda.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Time to catch up with our friend Andy Lee. He has, based off his books, a TV show called Do Not Watch This Show. Launches on iView tomorrow. So then you can stream it at any time. And he joins us now, just counting all his cash. He's
Andy.
Sweet ABC cash.
money.
Andy Lee, hello.
You know where you've got to head to for the big bucks. It's the ABC. They lured me across.
That's it. Andy, I believe you originally were doing this to help out, was it your nephew or something with the book? And so you're doing it for a good cause.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, to be honest, the reason why it's at the ABC is because that's where all the kids are. ABC Kids is just so incredible. Obviously, Bluey, but play school growing up. And so when I had the idea for the animation, which is an adaptation of my book, Spin-It Open, this book, I always wanted to be at the ABC. It's been fun working there.
Andy, have you been working on trying to get this into a show for 6 years? I did read that.
Yeah, but when you watch it, don't think that. Don't go, God,
it's like Star Wars.
You'll just be, really disappointed. So if anyone watches it tomorrow, can you just go with, gosh, Andy, put this together on Monday. It's a little rough around the edges. Give him the benefit of the doubt.
Of course, you've used a few of your mates to do the voices. Our mate Joel Creasy is the sassy line, which of course, but heaps of other people too. Denise Scott, Hughesy,
Mick Malloy.
So you just called around? Is that what happened?
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly right. Joel is, I know he's one of yours, but Joel is just unbelievable. And in his first time in the studio, it was just so fun and funny that we did a lot of rewriting to kind of capture more of his sass. And I've got to say, I don't think there's too many characters on kids' television that are that flamboyant.
Finally, we've got to see it. We spoke to Celia Pacquola a couple of weeks ago, and she told us the story of how she was asked to be the voice of Chili on Bluey, Bluey's mum, and she blew it. She was so bad at it that they said, "Oh, thanks, no thanks," and so she never got to do it. Was there anybody that you tried them out and you went, "Oh no, they're terrible"?
Well, funnily enough,
Celia.
Celia again, yeah. No, not really. I mean, the funniest one for me was I wanted a real AM voice, and there's an episode where Wiz, who doesn't want anyone watching the show because generally something happens to him at the end of that particular episode. And in this episode, he gets older the more the kids watch.
Yes.
And so I wanted Wiz to hit his 50s and want to clean gutters and listen to talkback radio. So I asked Ben Fordham, who does Sydney breakfast kind of talkback radio, whether he could do it, and he sent it through. And I was like, hey, mate, this is not nearly talkback radio, shouty, grumpy man
enough. You need Steve Price.
So he had to do a bit of a redo, and but everyone else, it was kind of one take.
Nailed it.
Andy, I've seen the first episode. We got a little sneak peek. It's great. And I believe you voiced a couple of characters in this. How did you come up with your character voice? Were you practicing it?
I'd love to say that I went through several different options, but it's actually just the voice I used to read my books to my nephews using.
Oh.
So they were the ones that they loved this voice. I thought it has to be the same. But when you watch this, don't go, oh, really? He used a voice coach? But I did have some voice coaching for this, and a wonderful lady called Leith, who is actually in the UK now. She's got the role of doing all the voice coaching for Lord of the Rings.
Oh, wow.
It's a huge, I think it's nearly a decade of the contract, and she decides the dialects of every elf and orc and every person in that world, and she just knows exactly how to conquer accents. I'm not saying that I did that, because at one point during the lessons, she goes, now, do you want this to be British or more British Australian? And I picked up on her saying that because she's like, we can still hear your actual voice in your Indian and stuff.
Hey, what a gig, by the way.
I know.
It's amazing. I think that's
it?
a gig out there, and she's very successful at it. I was thinking,
incredible.
Andy, all the stuff that we've been speaking to you over the years have been so big, a lot of big hits for you. And then I realised you're a Carlton supporter, so it's not all it's not all rosy. But staying with the Carlton thing, I did see that you hosted an event for them recently. It was last month, actually. And it was a really important one, domestic violence, which they were raising funds for and awareness for, which is awesome. But can you tell me because I looked on your Instagram, why you were wearing one Croc?
Oh, I had a fractured foot. I didn't know it in that moment, but I just had a swollen foot. It turned out it was fractured, so I couldn't get my other shoe on, my other dress shoe on. So I went out in a Croc and a full tuxedo, and the other side was a dress shoe. But yeah, it was a fun time. Obviously a serious cause, but a fun time that night, that gala. But I did come out and make a few jokes about Carlton's performance, and they didn't go down so well. So I'm not sure if the Carlton community were ready to actually kind of joke about it. One particular was I had to announce that we've got a brand new medical imaging centre at the club. And I said, which would be great because it can really cut down the travel time for Mitch McGovern and Zach Williams when they have to go there next, and just dead silence.
Yes, that's pretty funny coming from the guy with a broken foot.
How did you do it?
What did you do? Yeah, what did you do to your foot?
I play field hockey still.
Do you? At your age?
So I know.
Is that a Masters thing?
Yeah.
Is that a senior citizens thing?
They've rebranded to Masters instead of Veterans, so I think to make us feel better. But I still play Masters hockey, and got a ball to the foot.
Oh, that's funny. I remember, Andy, I got asked to go and play Masters footy, and I took it as the biggest insult. This is a while ago. And since then, I've probably put on another 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. They've stopped calling you. Andy, we have to obliged to ask you about the renovations. How's it going?
Oh, yeah, of course. Slowly.
You be in by Christmas, like every episode of Grand Designs?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to be in by Christmas 2030. Yeah. So it's a good thing. Look, thankfully we're building up now, and for anyone that I know some people have been following, I think at the early days we weren't going to post about this. We're just going to keep it to ourselves, and then they printed it on page 3 of the paper, and I was like, all right, well, if they're going to do that, we may as well monetize the story.
Yes.
So if you want to follow it, you can check it out. I'm occasionally posting on Instagram, but I'm in between doing this, I get there occasionally and put my tool belt on. And get the hammer out.
Take some photos and then leave.
Exactly.
Hey, Andy, as a parent, I just need one justifiable reason to let the kids watch the show that I can run by the wife. We need to watch it because... Can you help me out?
Oh, absolutely. Well, I mean to say do not watch this show.
Yes, of course.
The funny thing about the length of it is I said to my sister, hey, what length should I make these shows? And she said... well, the Bluey's too short. It's 7 minutes.
Yes,
and I was like, oh, right.
Yeah.
Why too short? She goes, I can't do the dishwasher and the washing in that time. So if you can make them slightly longer. And so, mine are 11 minutes long. Perfect length for you.
You can shower and wash your hair.
Yeah,
11's
exactly. A good time.
Or if you're a chance with the wife, I'm not sure how long it takes you, but plonk them in front of the telly, mate.
What are you going to do with the other 10 minutes?
10-minute round.
Yeah. All right. I'm picking up what you're putting down, Andy.
Are you sold?
Yeah, I'm in.
Do not watch this show. Watch it, everybody. Launches on iView tomorrow. Andy, it's always a pleasure. Thanks, mate.
For sure.
Thanks, guys. Hope the kids enjoy it.
Yeah,
Take
thanks,
care,
mate.
Andy.
Good on you, buddy.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Last quarter. Sensational play.
time doing you things, like cheering on your home team from the Bankwest Best Seats.
Oh, there's nothing quite like the best seats in the house. That's what's up for grabs. 2 premium Bankwest best seats to see the Eagles take on the Giants tomorrow night. Premium seating, food and drinks all included.
4 questions, 4 quarters. Last man standing. Candace, good morning.
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 Candace, how do you win the last quarter?
You win the last quarter, guys.
Boom.
She's
Candace. She is
Stealing.
on the money. You're up in the first quarter. You're up against Tracy from East Freo. Good morning, Tracy.
Good morning.
Morning, Tracy.
Tracy, you're from my hood. I probably
Not your neighbour?
Are you my neighbour, Tracy?
I am your neighbour now.
Yay! Tracy, how do you win the last quarter? Has Nat told you before?
The last quarter.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Here's what's going to happen. We're about to ask you a question. If you know the answer, buzz in with your name. If you get it right, you're through to the second quarter. You get it wrong, your opponent moves through to the second quarter. Let's test your buzzers. Candace.
Candace.
Tracy.
Tracy.
Okay, they're working. Here we go.
First quarter question. What movie features the characters Buzz Lightyear and Woody?
Candace.
Tracy.
Candace.
Toy Story.
Candace is through to the second quarter. Bye, Trace.
Sorry, Trace.
In the second quarter, Candace, you're up against Sean's neighbour, Caitlin from Bicton. Hi, Caitlin.
Hey, Caitlin.
Hi.
Bicton, lovely suburb, even though the McManuses live there. I hope they're not causing too
Bring
much
down the
problem.
property prices.
Caitlin, how do you win the last quarter?
You win the last quarter.
Yes. Caitlin, test your buzzer, please. Caitlin.
Caitlin.
Working well. Time for the second quarter. Candace versus Caitlin. Which AFL team wears black and white vertical stripes?
Candace.
Caitlin.
Candace.
Collingwood.
Boom. Candace is through to the third quarter, everybody. Where she's taking on Kim from Ellenbrook, Sean.
Morning, Kim.
Good morning.
Kind of switched off there, didn't I?
No, you
Sorry
did.
about that.
Reboot him.
Kim, how do you win the last quarter?
You win the last quarter.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
you
really
can stay,
starting to
Kim.
stick now. Kim, test your buzzer, please. Kim.
Kim.
Beautiful work. Candace v. Kim, third quarter.
Here is the question. What fruit has varieties like Cavendish and Ladyfinger?
Candace.
Candace.
Banana.
Candace is through to the last quarter. Can she please sweep it?
God,
Ooh,
Candace.
Candace, you're up
Playing on
against
ball this morning.
Sonia from Herne Hill. Good morning, Sonia.
Good morning.
Morning.
Sonia, how do you win the last quarter?
By winning the last quarter.
You are absolutely correct, and we're currently in the last quarter. Sonia, please test your buzzer.
Sonia.
Just before we proceed, Sonia, who do you go for?
West Coast.
Don't say it like that.
Candace, who do you go for?
100% West Coast.
Yeah, good
Righto.
girl. Okay. It's not on the line here.
It's been a tough year, eh?
Stop saying that.
And last year, okay,
It's
sorry,
been a
I
tough
bet you be
year.
right. Last year,
Been
the
a
year
tough
before that,
year.
the year
All
before
right.
that.
Candace v. Sonia, last quarter. Which AFL team joined the league in 2012?
Candace.
Sonia.
Candace for the win.
Gold Coast Suns.
The Greater Western Sydney Giants, who are taking on the West Coast Eagles tomorrow night.
They didn't sign it in the same year?
No.
No.
Gold Coast Suns were first, and then
Okay.
the Giants were afterwards.
Oh, so close, Candace.
Which means
Sonia, by doing nothing, Sonia, by doing absolutely nothing, you have won yourself 2 premium Bankwest best seats. The Eagles take on the Giants tomorrow night. Premium seating, food and drinks all included.
it's a rough game sometimes.
It is.
Tough but
Candace,
fair.
Do you
But,
feel fatigued at all, Sonia?
Thank you. Sorry.
Put your feet up, Sonia. You've played a great game.
What a game. Straight to the ice bath.
Hard work. Thank you.
It's like you came off the bench just as the siren blew and took the victory.
That's it.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Oh, Sonia, beautifully done. We have another round of the last quarter tomorrow.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Time for us to get out of here.
We're done. Tomorrow, though, we've got a match show.
Yeah.
Show.
Sam, you're taking the reins from here. But on our show tomorrow, because you will love this, the Big Pamp's coming in.
Oh, my favourite still.
Jeremy McGovern, you got a bunch of Jeremy McGovern footy cards on your desk, don't you?
I got him to give to him. Not that-
To give?
Well, not for him. I think his kids or, nephews. I'm sure he's got people who can give them out to.
That is really nice.
Well, I collect. We've got some double ups, and I thought.
What about? Do you have any Sunday Ariang cards?
No. we should get into some netball cards.
Do they have netball cards?
Not that I know of.
No, that would be a market.
So. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Onto that.
Sean's going to tell Sunday Ariang how to play netball.
I've just got to come up with the right way of approaching it.
As well received as the last 2 times.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.